More about polynomial. Part 2. Remainder theorem. In this video, I would like to introduce a shortcut method to find the remainder. Let's go back to the original ideas. If we have a dividends, x squared minus 3x plus 2, if I want to divide by x minus 4, I know according to the long divisions, this is x squared minus 4x, and then x plus 2, and this is plus 1, this is x minus 4. The remainder is equal to 6. If I only want to determine the values of the remainder, we have a shortcut method. The shortcut method basically is related to the relationship of dividends is equal to divisor times quotients plus remainder. If I call the divisor the dividend is f of x, I want to find what's the values of x such that the function x is equal to the remainder. That means I want to cancel out, think about the values of x such that this term is equal to 0, because I know if this term is equal to 0, I can ignore the multiplication of these two terms. So I can substitute x is equal to 4. If x is equal to 4, this is 4 minus 4 times 4 plus 1. This term is equal to 0. So this is equal to 6. That means if we do not have this term, if I only want to find the remainder, if I do not know the quotients, if I only want to find the remainder, what can we do? I can substitute 4 into the functions. This term is equal to 6. This is the shortcut method to finding the remainder. We'll call this as remainder theorem. Remember, the basic idea is come from the relationship between dividends is equal to the quotients times divisor plus remainder. I want to cancel out this term so that you need to think about the values of x such that the divisor is equal to 0. If divisor is equal to 0, f of x is equal to the remainder. Let's see some example. Example 6.8. If I want to find the remainder only, I do not need to consider the quotients. I can use the above method, the shortcut method. First of all, I will let f of x is equal to the dividends. You need to think about what's the values of x such that the divisor is equal to 0. That means you consider x minus 1 is equal to 0. Remember, this word, write down on your worksheet, x is equal to 1. So I know if x is equal to 1, the divisor is equal to 0, so you can ignore the quotients and then remain the remainder. So you can substitute 1 is equal to 8. So the remainder is equal to 8. Okay, same idea. If you need to find the remainder only. So on your worksheet, think about what's the values of x such that 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So make subject, x is equal to negative 1 over 2. You can consider f of negative 1 over 2 is equal to 2 times negative 1 over 2 all squared plus negative 1 over 2 plus 5. So this is negative 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 plus 5. So the remainder is equal to 5. Remember, this is the shortcut method to find the remainder if you only want to consider. But one more assumption, the divisor must be degree 1 so that the remainder is a constant. Later on in our lesson, we will talk about if the divisor is not degree 1, then what can we do? How can we make good use of remainder theorem to find the remainder? Do we still have the shortcut method? Okay, you may pause the video. Okay, you only need to do 4 sign 9A and B only, and then you can check the answer to resume to play the video. Okay, let's check the answer. Shortcut method, consider this term is equal to 0, so x is equal to 3. So the remainder is equal to 3 squared minus 3 plus 2 is equal to 9 minus 3 is 6, so this is 8. Okay. How about B? Consider what's the values of x such that the divisor is equal to 0, x is equal to -3, so substitute x is -3 into the functions. So 9, 27 minus 15 plus 1, so this is 12, so which is equal to 13. This is the end of the P-Study video part 2. You can try to do the follow-up exercise C to E. We'll check the answer during the lesson.